I'm headed down to the shelter to go rescue a 5-month-old Schnauzer mix. They say she's really sweet with other dogs, really great with people, but she's not showing well. And this is a common story with a lot of dogs in shelters all across the country. They look desirable on paper, but for some reason, they sit in the shelter for a long time.
But Cleo is determined to turn on the charm for Brandon.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, you're all smiles and wags, aren't you? Huh?
Cleo's previous owner gave her up to the shelter, so she's had a rocky and uncertain start to life. But today, her luck is about to change.
What do you want to do? You want to stay in here or come with me? What's that? You want to come with me? Yeah, I thought so.
Before Brandon can take Cleo back to the ranch, she'll need to be spayed. This gives Brandon some extra time to reach out to a family that happens to be in the market for a precocious puppy.
My name's Brandy Knight, and I'm a single mom. I have 2 great little boys. There's Bobby, who's 7, and Jimmy, who's 5. They have a lot of energy.
Having just moved into a new home with a sprawling backyard, the Knights finally have a chance to add a furry friend to their household. And no one is more excited than Bobby.
I want to be a dog trainer like Brandon when I grow up.
Bobby's a huge fan of Brandon's. He knows the 7 common commands by heart.
Sit, stay, down, off, heel, come, and no.
By week's end, Bobby will be able to put his skills to the test.
He loves animals. He's so super excited. He kept counting down the days till we can get a dog.
Also counting down the days is Brandon. Cleo's spaying surgery is complete, but she'll require a few extra days of rest and relaxation before her training begins.
Enjoy your time off. We got a lot of work to do.
But Cleo's training may kick in sooner than Brandon anticipates.
The second I step outside, suddenly I hear her barking and screaming. So I rush back inside, open the door, and she stops instantly. And I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't good. And she was wagging her tail, and she wanted to jump on me. And what that told me right there, that this is separation anxiety. This is very common with shelter dogs because a lot of shelter dogs have been bounced around from home to home, from shelter to shelter. So they specifically have this fear that they're being abandoned time and again. It puts them under a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety.
For the sake of Cleo's health, Brandon feels it's important to address the habit immediately. To do this, he steps outside and watches Cleo via Doggy Cam, a network of cameras anchored around the ranch.
As I'm viewing the monitor, what I'm waiting for is that panic mode to stop just for a couple seconds. As it does, I rush back in the house and I say, good girl, I pet her, I praise her, I reward her for the silence.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
When she calms down, that's what she gets praised for. But I've only got it for a couple seconds. My goal is to inch it a few seconds each time.
Over the next few days, Cleo goes from seconds to hours without a bark.
It's a repetitive process, but with enough time and consistency, you can get them over this. We're off to a great start, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
By the time she completes her etiquette lessons, Cleo is ready to don a new style of collar.
Day 1 of training has begun, my friend. Come on. Cleo's cone came off, and the doctor said she's clear for training.
All right, let her in, let her in. Go on, have a sniff.
Go on, go play.
You're cone free. Feels good, right?
First thing I'm going to do is assess her knowledge of the 7 common commands, which I'm very pleased to find out that Bobby already knows.
All right, what do you know? Do you know a sit? Give me a sit. Right?
So first I put her on a sit,
Give me a sit.
which she did not know what I was talking about.
Nope.
And then I tried a down.
Do you know a down? Do you know a down? No?
Again, negative. Stay, no. Off, come, heel, you name it. It's safe to say this dog has absolutely 0 training.
Go on, let's try that again.
Cleo needs to work on just about everything. I'm starting pretty much from ground zero with this dog.
And the ground is just where Cleo's training begins, with an exercise in patience.
Good, good. There we go, good. Cleo's lack of training is obviously a testament to her age. She's a 5-month-old puppy. The one thing you can always guarantee with puppies is they have a lot of energy.
To help Cleo focus with all of that energy, Brandon uses what's called a double leash lockoff.
And what this does, it teaches the dog control. It teaches them stability. It teaches them to stay in one spot.
Good, that's a sit. Good.
But the good news is she's a quick learner, so I see good things in the future for her.
Perfect. Good. That's a sit. Good.
Before I place a dog with a new family, the first thing I do is a home visit. So today I'm gonna go see Brandy and her two sons, Bobby and Jimmy. I hear you're pretty good with dogs, Bobby.
Yeah.
Did I hear right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you teach them the 7 common commands?
Yeah.
What are they? Let me hear them.
Sit, stay, down, off, heel, come, and no.
Perfect.
9 times out of 10, it's usually the parents that take on all the responsibility of the dog. But in the case of Bobby, he wants that role. You don't see that every day.
I'll tell you what, go play in the yard for a few minutes. I'm gonna talk to your mom for a few. So what kind of activities do you all do as a family?
A lot of outdoors stuff. We go hiking and camping as a family.
You want to take your dog hiking and camping?
Yeah, absolutely, because I look at the dog as an extension of our family, and so it's really important to be able to bring her with us, whatever we do.
It sounds easy on paper, but taking a dog camping is a big responsibility, and it also takes a lot of training.
You do realize that she's a puppy, so taking a puppy camping could be a tall order. Say a lot of dogs are not meant to be off-leash dogs in a camping area. It's all yet to be seen.
Brandon's got his work cut out for him.
What was supposed to be a very simple and easy training process has now turned into a very advanced training process. It's time to change my entire game plan. A campsite is full of food, which is very attractive to a dog. When you put a dog in a situation like a campsite, you're literally laying out a buffet. If I were to take Cleo to a campsite right now, it's almost a guarantee she would pretty much eat everything in sight. I have to slowly acclimate her to be around a lot of food, a lot of people, a lot of action going on.
Playland. Everywhere.
To begin the process, Brandon starts with simple distractions.
First thing I do is I litter my whole entire training yard with toys. She likes toys, she loves playing with them. So I call her on a come command and she comes right through the minefield of toys around her.
Come. Good, 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 good. Come here. Come here, come. Come. Good, 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 good. All the distractions. Don't worry about them. The world is full of distractions. Time to step it up a little bit.
Next thing I do is I bring a bowl of food out, just dog kibble. I want to keep it very simple, very basic.
Come on, all the way through. Don't worry about that. Come on, all the way through. Good, come, perfect. Come. Good, there you go. Good, come, good.
She did very well with the kibble, so now it's time for a real test. I filled the bowl with rib bones. Now, every dog loves rib bones. Every dog.
It's tempting, but Cleo keeps her taste buds in check.
Good, there you go. That's a come. Good girl. Don't worry about that stuff. You don't worry about that human food.
Cleo did a great job. She proved to me that she could learn this. But this was a very controlled test. And now it's time to step it up. Come on.
A fenced-in, off-leash park offers a more realistic training environment. Brandon hooks Cleo to a lunge line, then lets her get distracted.
As I see her mind wandering off in one direction, I call her to me and quickly pull the lunge line. But the lunge line's in my hand. That's to guide and correct. Now what I do is I drop the lunge line.
Go wander.
Now I let her wander, and now she has to do it all by herself. And again, she turns right around and runs right towards me.
Good.
I repeat this process over and over.
Cleo, come here. Come on. Cleo, come here. Cleo, come here. Come on. Good. Come on.
So she's proving to me time and again that she understands it.
Good.
She's convinced me that she is an off-leash dog.
But advanced recall is only one part of the training process.
Now it's time to see how she handles the big test, the puppy buffet. I spread an entire buffet across a picnic table.
What's up here? Look at.
When she found out the food was up there, she was trying to figure out every which way to get up there. I gave her a no command, and she respected it. She stopped, but just for a few seconds until she tries to find another way up there. Nope, nope. Human food. For humans only.
Cleo quickly loses her appetite.
Cleo actually did very well today. I'll give her an A+, but tomorrow is the real test. Tomorrow, I'll be setting up a makeshift campsite. It'll be a basic replica of all the obstacles a real campsite has to offer. Today is Cleo's ultimate challenge. I'm looking for two vital things here. Number one is she has to have a firm grasp on the advanced come command. And number two, she has to understand the no command and not go for the food. While I set up the campsite, I let her wander. I kept an eye on her, but I was mainly seeing if she understood and respected perimeters and boundaries. She knew to stay within about 30 to 40 feet of the campsite. I called her to me, and instantly she ran right over. That right there was test one. She passed.
But can this chowhound resist what Brandon's cooked up next?
See that? See that? Yeah, I know. Good stuff, huh? Pastrami, cheese, turkey, it works. And you stay right there. It's all you. What do we do?
Cleo shows restraint.
She's doing very well with me right in front of her. The real test is, can I walk away and be 100% sure that she will not eat that food?
Brandon puts Cleo on a stay and backs away.
First, I decide I'm gonna hold her for 1 minute. 1 minute turns into 2, that goes to 3. And eventually we hit the 5-minute mark. She didn't even look at that food.
Cleo, come here. Come on. There you go. Good. Nice.
Guess what that means? It means we are doing a wardrobe change. She earned her stripes. She got her green collar. Try it on. How's that feel? Look at that. Much better, right? Come on, you got a family waiting for you.
Cleo, the 5-month-old Schnauzer, has been busy. But today, she'll earn the most important prize of all.
Hello.
A home.
Where's the boys at?
Oh, they're right there. You guys, it's here.
The second I walked inside the house, the boys, they both just dropped to the floor and started loving on her.
Cleo is the coolest dog ever.
Jimmy, watch this. Here, I want you to give this to her. Let the bonding process begin. You know what bonding means, right? It's where we form a relationship with a dog. That's how we form a friendship.
And for Bobby, the bond is immediate.
You like her, Bobby? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You want to take her out back and train her? Mm-hmm. Come on. You ready? Watch this. There. You're a dog trainer. Show me what you know.
Being a single parent, I've worked really hard, and it's been really, really difficult. And you don't get that many moments like that where you really see a dream come true for your kids. To have this person that they really look up to come and help them out and see that become a reality is really great.
You see this?
Mm-hmm.
It's full of treats, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you one more command. This is the most useful command of them all. Go ahead and put it right in front of her and just tell the word no.
No.
There you go. You know what that's useful for?
What?
When you go camping. Think about it. There's food everywhere when you go camping. He was actually better than a lot of adults I've worked with, so the kid's got potential. You want to really test her? Mm-hmm. Go get a big plate of food.
Okay.
What do we got here? Burgers, cheese, tomato, French fries. Mm-hmm. A dog would like that, right? Watch this. No.
I was shocked when Brandon put the food out and Cleo didn't go for it at all.
Say no.
No.
There. Done. You know what that means? From now on, when you go camping, you're in charge of her. Bobby had impressed me so much that I decided to give him a gift. Here. This is yours. Every dog trainer needs a bait bag. This is my personal one that I use all the time.
Oh.
It's all yours.
I got a pocket thingy that has treats inside. This is awesome.
The West Valley Shelter just contacted me. They said they have a 5-month-old puppy that was just turned in as a stray. They said he's in really bad shape. He was covered in fleas and ticks, and of course now he's without a home. So I'm gonna go down there and see what I can do for him.
Waiting at the shelter is a pointer aptly named Chance.
What are you doing in here? Huh? A puppy? In a shelter? Yeah, you're too young to be in here.
A product of the streets, Chance already shows maturity well beyond his years. His mellow temperament could make him an ideal pet,
Come on. Let's get out of here.
particularly for one certain dog lover looking for her own second chance.
My name's Christina. I'm Director of Operations for a PR agency, and I'm looking to adopt a dog for companionship. I have some great friends, but my family's in Ohio. Having a dog is just gonna fill that void in my life.
But so far, the road to adoption has been paved in heartache.
I adopted a puppy. I named him Nashville because I'm a big country fan. And unfortunately, when I adopted him, he had a virus called distemper, which he already contracted before he came to me. I was heartbroken. I got that feeling how great it was to adopt a dog. And I knew I wanted to do it again.
To spare Christina further heartbreak and ensure Chance is 100% healthy, Brandon schedules a physical checkup.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, good morning,
Hey,
Brandon.
Dave. How are you? This is Chance. He has an appointment with Dr. Nardi.
Hi, Chance. Hey, bud.
Hi.
Hey, Doc. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you again. Who do we have here?
We got Chance, a little puppy.
Oh my goodness, he's adorable.
Yeah. The shelter said they pulled multiple ticks off him. And I want to confirm with you they got the head out. I know that can be a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know where the ticks were?
Well, they said they had one up here,
Okay.
and they said they had 2 in the same area, kind of right back here.
Ticks can be serious because they can carry different diseases.
Yeah.
You're probably familiar with Lyme disease. So that's one of the big concerns with ticks. So we do have a flea and tick product that works really well. So I can go over that with you as well when we're done. But let me just take a look at everything else. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good job. Good, his eyes are clear, vessels look good. Take a quick listen to him. Heart and lungs sound excellent.
Good.
So he looks really good. I do have a flea and tick product here. This is going to prevent against fleas, ticks, as well as mosquitoes.
Okay.
So it's a very comprehensive product. You squeeze this cap down here, okay? Obviously the product comes from here. Part the hair, and you can actually put the product all the way down his back. Make sure you put it in where he can't get to it, so ideally right down the center here. Before applying it though, I'd like you to call the shelter and just kind of verify when the next flea tick treatment is due.
Okay.
And then what we'll also do today, since he's on the wellness plan, I'm gonna go ahead and run the heartworm test, which also includes a test for Lyme disease and Ehrlichia, which is another tick-borne disease that he could potentially get. And I'll review his vaccine record and see what he needs.
Thanks, Dr. Nardi.
No problem.
After a review of his blood work, Chance is deemed healthy and officially becomes a lucky dog in training.
See this? I got something for you. I want you to try it on. Here. How's that feel? Your big droopy ears. All right, come on. Welcome to Lucky Dog Ranch. Chance is a 5-month-old puppy, and at his age, there's 2 things he needs right now. 1 is manners, and 2 is the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no.
Because of Chance's youth and inexperience, Brandon opts to skip the assessment entirely.
Come here. I guarantee he pretty much knows absolutely nothing. There we go. So I'm gonna go right into the training.
And that starts with a focus exercise.
I pull a treat out and I said, let me see how long you can focus on me for. And he looks at me for about 3 seconds and suddenly he sees a squirrel. I know, you're a puppy. You're distracted by everything.
Chance's wandering eye could pose a serious challenge. So Brandon starts with the most basic command.
Just follow it.
That's a sit. Good, that's a sit.
And within a few minutes, he actually picked it up, and I say, okay, we're off to a great start. And then I went for the down command.
Can you go down?
And this is where the pointer's stubbornness comes out.
There you go.
Over and over, I showed him different ways to do the down. I tried my favorite technique, the double leash lock-off, and he just didn't get it. And then I tried another way. He didn't like it. This is what it comes down to with this breed. They're a very sensitive dog. You have to take your time with them. I can't be hard on him. Otherwise, I'll lose him. He will shut down.
Back you up.
Brandon tries a third approach.
You ready? I hold here, I push here, I pull here. Good, that's a down. Look at that.
This technique does the job, but what I don't like about it is I'm actually doing the work for him.
Good, good, that's a down.
The question is, does he have the technique down?
Good.
Tomorrow's a new day, we'll see.
Stay.
It's no surprise that Chance was getting distracted. It's in the breed. They're a hunting dog. They were bred to be by the hunter's side, in the woods, in open areas, looking for lots of critters.
But Chance won't be working in the woods. He'll be working out of Christina's office.
Evidently, her boss is allowing her to bring a dog to work, so I want to go to the office and check out the space and make sure it's adequate enough for a dog.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Been waiting for you. Come on in and see my office. Our office is really different. It's not your typical atmosphere. We're all open air spaces. Everybody's like a little family here.
Is everyone here dog lovers?
Yeah, everybody's been waiting.
My only concern is you're busy in an office all day. Puppies, they need a lot of attention. They need to be constantly entertained. And if you can't offer that in an office environment, it might be the wrong dog for you.
Our office is filled with people who are, really want a dog here. I want a dog here. There's 12, 13 other people that'll definitely give him attention.
So your boss is totally okay with you having a puppy in the office?
Yes, at first he was skeptical, as any boss, because, we are a business. He doesn't want any distractions.
The office space seems like it's a great place.
It's a great atmosphere. It's a very friendly and casual environment. We have a garden, we have a backyard, so I think that would be a perfect space for him.
Can I see it?
So this is our back patio area. As you can see, we have a nice little red barn. I sit right over here, so my view would be over here from my window.
This whole area is 100% sealed, right?
For the most part, I think.
You got a spot right here he can get out. So what do you say we put a little white picket fence right here?
Yeah, that'd be great.
As for the rest of it, it's a lot of space. The only thing I'm not in love with is the concrete. It serves its purpose, but grass would be much better.
The patio could use a little more green, but it's Chance who could use a little less.
Chance is totally green. He has no experience whatsoever. If I'm gonna get him ready for a work environment, I'm gonna need to build his resume pronto.
Come on, we got work to do.
No. The no command is especially important for an office setting.
No.
It helps establish boundaries.
Okay. Good.
Learning to mind his own business is important. So is learning to handle his own business.
Chance and I were hanging out, and I went to the kitchen literally for 10 seconds to grab a bottle of water. I walked back in the living room.
Whoa. Chance.
He had an accident on the floor.
All right, my fault. You're not housebroken.
If Chance wants to join the workforce, he'll need to learn to do his business properly. That starts with acclimating to his own workspace. In this case, an open-top dog pen.
Dogs don't like to have accidents where they eat or sleep. So by placing Chance inside the pen, I'm teaching him the theory of holding it.
The first step is introducing Chance to the pen with some treats and toys to ensure that it's a positive experience.
The pen is an area where the dog should be very comfortable. This way the dog learns more effectively. He wants to do it.
Once Chance settles in, the training process can begin.
After Chance spent a little while inside the pen, I hooked him up on a leash and I walked him down to the training yard. I'm waiting for him to go and I'm saying the words, "Get busy."
Come on, Chance, get busy.
He needs to learn the theory of going to the bathroom outside. This is not playtime.
Oh, there you go.
Once he starts to go, I completely wait for him to finish, and then I praise, I treat him.
Very good, get busy.
Now he makes the connection of why he's being rewarded.
You get free time for that.
Chance earns 1 hour of playtime up at the house. Then it's back to the pen. completing the triangle and starting the process over.
I call it the house training triangle. It goes from the pen to outside to free time in the house, and you consistently repeat this triangle through the day. When you first start training this process, the pen time outweighs the free time in the house. But as time goes on and the dog begins to learn, the pen time decreases and the free time in the house increases. Eventually, you eliminate the pen altogether. At that point, the dog is now house trained. Right now, at this point, Chance can only hold it for about an hour tops. But with the pen training, it will increase that time to about 3 or 4 hours. It's that time. Let's go get busy. While Christina was away on vacation, I had my friends from our sponsor Sinlong come by and lay synthetic grass down, which made a huge improvement on the back area. I think she's going to be pleasantly surprised.
But if Chance wants to use his new workspace, he needs to pass his employee review. That means proving to Brandon that he is truly housebroken.
To perform this test, I get rid of the pen completely. Then I scatter toys and chews all over the house. This will give him something to do while he's left alone. And last, but certainly not least, I set up puppy cams all over the house. This makes him think that he's all alone, but in reality, I'm watching every step he takes.
Brandon sets up his stakeout and starts the clock.
At first, he starts pacing around the house, like any puppy would do. And then he moves up to the couch. He grabs a chew and starts chewing it. I expected him to only be up there for a few minutes before he got bored. 30 minutes later, he's still up there. 1 hour later, he's still up there. And then I see him stand up. And I'm like, oh, gotcha. I know he's gonna get into trouble now. He simply jumped off the couch and lied down at 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour and 20 minutes later. He's still there. After hours of being left alone, he had no accidents in the house. But on top of not having any accidents, he didn't even get into any trouble. I was 100% satisfied with what I saw. Hey, you. What are you doing the whole time? Yeah, don't worry. I saw everything. You know what? I need to see no more. That's why you get one of these. Here. Try this on. Yeah, what do you think?
Having earned his promotion, Chance is finally ready for his forever home.
I think it looks pretty good. Come on. You got a mom waiting for you. Today I woke up extra early because I wanted to get to Christina's office before she did, because I wanted to surprise her with Chance waiting there.
Boo. Somebody wants to meet you.
Oh my, what are you doing?
He's been waiting here for a while.
Cute!
Surprise.
You did surprise me. As soon as I saw him with Brandon, he came up to me and he gave me a kiss and I was like, he got me. You're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Hi.
What do you think of him?
I love him.
He's a great dog. He really is.
Oh, you're perfect. You're perfect. You know how much I love you? He's my little soulmate. He is my dog soulmate. He's so calm.
Yeah, he actually is really calm for a puppy. I think your boss will be pleasantly surprised how good this dog is.
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna love you. Everybody's gonna love you. You found a new home here.
Well, I do have one more surprise.
Okay, I don't think you can get any better than this, but...
Follow me. Say hi to your new lawn, Chance.
Oh, my. I can't believe this. It's totally different. There's grass.
Now watch this. Say the words, get busy.
Hey, Chance, get busy.
And just wait him out. There you go. Good boy.
What a good boy.
Good boy.
Good boy.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that feels good, huh?
Yeah, there you go. Good boy, Chance.
To know that he has been trained to, go outside and go in that grass area is just gonna make it so much better. That just really is the icing on the cake. You have your own little yard, huh?
So he's fully potty trained now. And this grass, it's very tough. You can hose it off, he can't dig at it, he can't chew at it, so he's gonna like it here.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So you remember the gap you had back here?
Yes.
Well, I sealed the gap and I also added this fence right here as a double
Amazing.
protection.
It's just perfect for him. He's in heaven.
There's a few other people that want to meet him too.
Hi, guys. This is Chance.
Come on, Chance.
What do you think? You are so cute. Isn't he adorable?
It was more special because Brandon really got my coworkers involved.
I think everybody knows how important Chance is to her. It's just going to be a great experience from here on out.
Chance thinks so too.
He's got everything he needs out there. It's shade, there's sunlight, there's turf. It's good to see.
I see he's in good hands. I'm out of here, Chance. Enjoy your new life, buddy. Take care of him.
We will.
Thank you, Brandon.
One of my favorite ways to network is to go to pet adoptions. You really get a sense of the dog's personality in a cage-free environment. It's a great way to find a pet, and it's also a great way to find potential owners.
Hi, baby.
Are you Nikki?
Hey, I am.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I heard you were looking for a senior dog, is that true?
Yes, I am.
I just got contacted by the shelter, and they said they have a really good senior dog.
Yeah?
What kind of personality traits are you looking for?
You know, I want a dog that I can bring with me to work, to friends' houses, and I have a lot of friends with kids and other dogs, and just sort of a dog that I can have any and everywhere.
You want them to be active?
Yeah, I'd love to have an active dog. You know, I live at the beach, and I'm always outside running around playing volleyball, paddleboarding, everything. So, yeah, I'd love a dog I can do all my activities with as well.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna head to the shelter right now and check her out. If she's a good match, maybe I'll call you. Do you have a business card?
Yeah, you bet. Hold on. Here you go.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
You never know, it might be a good match. She's 8 years old, so I'm gonna go to the shelter right now and check her out.
Waiting to greet Brandon is Cora.
Oh, thank you. I know. Are you a senior? All right, let me come in there. Let me say hi to you.
Though little is known about Cora's history, her infectious spirit is undeniable.
I get it. We're friends already. That didn't take long. I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. We keep being friends, and I'll take you out of here. Come here. Let me see. Let me have a look at you. You're too old to be in that shelter. I'm gonna make sure you never end up there again. First step in that process. I gotta get you trained. Here, try this on. No, come here. It's okay. There you go. There you go. Morning, everyone. Morning. Go on. Go play. Make friends. Make friends. You're gonna like it here. Welcome to the Lucky Dog Ranch.
Now Cora's settled in at the ranch, it's time to assess her training, see what she knows. So I'm gonna run her through her knowledge of the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no. So the first thing I do with her is put her on a sit.
Come here. Can you sit? Look at you.
And she sits faster than any dog I've ever seen.
Hey, you're older, experienced, aren't you?
Cora's off to a strong start.
Can you go down? Yeah, you're almost there. You're almost there. Looks like someone taught you, but you're not great at it. How's your
But
stay?
soon her assessment hits a few speed bumps.
How's your stay?
First I say stay, and she just blows it right away. And so again, I set her up, I say stay, a little stronger, and again, she stays for a half a second, and then just walks right up to me.
Nope. One more.
Third time, she actually stayed. I was like, okay, we're off to a pretty good start here. Fourth time, she blew it. Fifth time, she stayed again. I'm like, something's not working here.
Give me a sit.
Inconsistency seems to be the name of the game.
Give me a stay.
She's perfect at some commands and sloppy at others, and some she doesn't even know at all. This dog is all over the place.
But a more annoying behavior is leaping to the top of Cora's training list.
She is a terrible jumper.
There's the jumping again.
You can tell with Cora, this is an old habit that was never trained. What happens with a lot of people when they have a puppy, they think it's cute when the puppy jumps on them. And little do they know, they're reinforcing the behavior. Well, in the case of Cora, it's not a cute habit anymore. Now it's a bad habit. So I have to correct this behavior right now.
Brandon runs Cora's leash through an eye bolt.
It gives me a pulley system. Now I have control of her. If she starts to jump, the leash will do the work. And after a few minutes, she has no interest in jumping on me. But she's still on leash, and she's still on the pedestal. And what I do is I put her on a sit, and I step on the leash, just enough to where she actually has a little bit of slack where she can start jumping. And instantly she tries to jump, and she learns by trial and error. The leash is gonna stop her in her tracks.
When Cora shows no interest in jumping, Brandon removes his foot from the leash and tests her again.
You sure you don't want to jump? You positive? Good, good, good.
Though this habit seems to be broken, some baggage is harder to shed.
There's something that really stood out to me with Cora. After I rewarded her for her behavior, I pet her on the head, and I noticed as I was petting her, she was really wincing her eyes. It raised a red flag right away. I had a feeling that Cora had had a few dark days in her past.
To confirm his hunch, Brandon tests Cora for abuse.
I just simply lifted my hand in the air. Yeah, it's okay. Instantly, she winced her eyes, dropped her whole body. Dogs that have never been hit don't know what that means. They don't react like that.
Cora's past will require special consideration.
I have to be very sensitive to the fact that somebody not only trained her wrong in the past, but treated her wrong.
Come here. It's all right. It's not going to happen here, don't worry. I just had to know.
Cora had a dark past, but that doesn't mean she can't have a bright future.
Come on. One step at a time.
Day 2 at the ranch, and Cora, the 8-year-old Dobie mix, is getting a jump start on her training.
You gonna jump? No? No? You sure? I'm giving you every opportunity to jump.
She's a smart girl. She learned.
Now that Cora has all 4 paws firmly planted on the ground, Brandon moves on to another important command.
See that? No. No. No.
She's never been taught the meaning of the word no.
Okay.
And the word no is vital for every dog to learn. Now, I have to be really careful when teaching her this command because yesterday I found out that it looks like Cora has had a past history of abuse. I don't want to yell this command at her.
No.
I don't want to even be too stern. I almost want to make it a fun command where she grasps the concepts.
I know. That's not gonna get it. That's not gonna get it, though.
Okay. There we go. That's enough. That's enough. I think you got it.
It's a fruitful day. Not only has Brandon gotten a no out of Cora, he's gotten a yes out of Nikki.
I sent Nikki photos of Cora, and she really responded. So today I'm going to Nikki's place to sit down with her and get to know her a little better.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to see you.
You
Come
too.
on out back and we'll chat.
Okay.
So how long you been here?
About 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yep, love it. The beach is my haven. This is where I want to be. I probably won't ever move.
So what's everyday life like around here?
I do a lot of activities at the beach, run, play beach volleyball, ride my bike, and my favorite thing is paddleboarding.
So why an older dog?
You know, I've been volunteering with Dog Rescue, Rover Rescue for over 12 years, and I just feel like those dogs are the ones that get passed up the most, and just my heart kind of goes out to them.
It's great she wants to adopt a senior dog. People have this impression that senior dogs are damaged goods, when the reality is senior dogs often come with far less problems than a puppy.
I don't feel like any dog should really be alone in their last years. This hits really close to home for me because my mother, she passed away from cancer not that long ago, and I was able to be with her in her last few days and weeks. I'm kind of doing this in honor of my mother, like being there for another being in their last few years might scare somebody, but for me, it's just more meaningful.
With a dog or anybody, it's not about the number of years, it's about the quality of the years.
Nikki is perfect, and her selflessness sparks new inspiration in Brandon.
She lives right by the beach, and she loves stand-up paddleboarding. When she told me this, the first thing that clicked in my head was, wouldn't that be awesome if I could train her a dog to stand-up paddleboard with her? Normally, I wouldn't even think about training most dogs for stand-up paddleboarding, especially a senior dog. But Cora is much different. She has a heavy work drive. She's eager to please. This will be the classic case of answering the age-old question, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Like many older rescue dogs, Cora has her fair share of bad habits. And today, she's about to reveal another.
I had one of my volunteers cutting up some treats for the day, and I walked in the room and I saw Cora putting her paws on the countertop and just having a feast. What are you doing up there? This is a big problem. We call it counter surfing. So I decided to fix the issue right there.
Once again, Brandon utilizes the pulley system.
I set a very large piece of plywood on the floor, and I put an eye bolt through it. I run a lunge line through the eye bolt.
Time for you to learn something.
Brandon baits the countertop, then sits back and waits for Cora to make her move.
Off, off. I simply say the word off, and I pull back. Off, off, off.
Eventually, Cora loses interest. But Brandon is hoping she'll be able to channel those surfing skills in a new direction.
Now that I found out that Nikki is an avid paddleboarder, I want to surprise her. I want to teach Cora to paddleboard as well. Today, I'm taking Cora to the Canine Gym and Rehabilitation Center to teach her the basic fundamentals of paddleboarding. And the first thing I want to do is just get her used to the board. So I put the board on the ground and I put a couple treats on the board. And she actually runs up there right away.
Good, good, good.
From there, I decided to go a little more advanced. So I picked the board up, now I put it right by the pool. And I put her back on top of the board and I rock it slowly.
Just a little bit of rocking motion, see?
As I'm doing this, I'm holding her on the leash and I'm feeding her a couple treats. This calms her nerve.
There it is. Good, 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 good. There you go.
She understands the rocks are not gonna hurt her. It's just the way the board moves.
Nothing frightens you, huh?
But now comes the real test.
The next step in the process was to put the board in the pool.
Brandon starts off by securing the board to the edge of the pool.
The worst thing I could do is put that board free-floating in the pool, so if she stepped on it, it would instantly slide away. Then it would become a negative experience.
There you go, look at that. Nice, all the way, all the way. Good. There, you get one of these, good. Good.
Once Cora gets stable, Brandon guides the board through the water.
This is the trickiest part to teach her because I have to teach her not to fight the water, but go with it. She has to feel the rocks, feel the motion.
Now watch. We're gonna turn. We're gonna turn, see?
Today I like what I saw, but it's time to take it to the next level.
Come on. Come on.
I'm taking her to a lake, which is an open water environment, a lot more elements to deal with. And to top it all off, we're gonna be on the board together. This will be her ultimate test. If she can prove to me that she can handle this, she's ready to go paddleboarding with Nikki.
Brandon starts by securing the board to the dock.
And as I was stabilizing the board, she just decides to jump right on the board. That told me everything. It told me that she's a little adventure seeker. She wanted to do this. She wants to have fun. So, paddleboarding we go.
Before they push off, Brandon puts Cora through a quick review.
I rocked the board a little bit, and it didn't even faze her. She stood her ground. So, that's it, we set sail. I started paddling the board right to the middle of the lake. I was doing very slow paddles, watching her the whole time, seeing what her body language is. Again, I don't want her to be afraid of this. And then when the moment was right, I decided to stand up. And as I start standing up, the board starts wobbling. Instantly, Cora dropped her body posture. She corrected herself. That told me everything I needed to know right there. Cora understands the whole theory of stabilizing herself now.
While some dogs master the doggy paddle, few get a chance at the paddleboard. And for Cora, the helm is exactly where she was born to be.
I could tell she loved it for two reasons. Number one, the smile on her face, and number two, the wag on her tail. The best part about this whole scenario, it wasn't the paddleboarding. It was the fact that when we got back to the dock, she literally tackled me with kisses. That right there showed her gratitude. That made me happy.
Was that fun?
In fact, it made me so happy that I gave her green collar. Come on. You got a new mom waiting for you. Come on.
Somebody wants to meet you.
Oh my gosh, Cora, come on in.
Come here, Cora.
Hi, baby. Welcome home.
Brandon walked in with Cora and I instantly fell in love. She's just so sweet and she climbed right into my lap and gave me kisses. I know my mom would have loved her.
Can you sit for me?
Good girl. Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah, she's such a lover.
Aw.
Did you go shopping for her?
Well, actually, my friends had a puppy shower, which is kind of a new thing. Yes, they had a puppy shower for me, and so Cora has all these new toys.
So last time I was here, you told me about your love for paddleboarding. I got a surprise for you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at you.
She's a little surfer girl.
And she's smiling. I had no idea that she could do that. It was totally unexpected. So she'll just get right on the board?
She hops right on and doesn't want to hop off. Actually, getting her off the board is the hardest part.
Really? Yeah. So will she do that with me?
Of course she will.
Yeah?
Yeah? You want to try?
I would love to try.
Get your board.
All right, let's do it. Oh my God.
Good girl. Down at the beach, Nikki and Cora set sail on their very first adventure.
It was amazing. I had no expectation that she'd be able to do that with me, and it was so cool having my little buddy that I'm cruising around with. And I cannot wait to do it again. I mean, it was this dream come true having her be out there on the water with me. Really cool.
I just got contacted by the West Valley Shelter, and they said they have a dog that they're not really sure what to label him as. They say he could be a Chihuahua mix, but whatever he is, they say he's extremely timid with new people. So I'm gonna go rescue him, show him a little TLC, and maybe I can find him a forever home.
But it may take more than TLC to break one-year-old Shadow out of his shell.
Hey, little man. You scared? Come over here. You're gonna make me come in there, aren't you? All right, you win. I'll come to you, don't worry. Come here, come here, come here, come here, I know. Timid, aren't you?
Brandon hopes a trip out of the shelter will brighten Shadow's spirits. But the car ride only raises more questions.
Okay. On the car ride home, I noticed that Shadow really didn't pick his head up the whole time. Looks like he really has no energy, no interest in much. I couldn't even get his attention.
Because Shadow was given a clean bill of health, Brandon suspects the issue is emotional.
I think he has no trust in people. A lot of these dogs, they get bounced around from shelter to shelter, and they've learned not to trust. You're not feeling it, are you?
Once inside, Brandon tries a new tactic.
You want that? He really had no interest in anything I offered him. I was petting him. He really didn't care. He said no to food. This right here is a trust issue. You don't trust me yet, do you? Before I start any training, I have to earn his trust. I have to show him that I'm his friend, not his enemy.
Because there's no timetable on building trust, Brandon decides to forego training in favor of some good old-fashioned bonding.
One of the biggest mistakes you can do as a dog trainer is start training a dog before they have any trust in you. It might take a while, but whatever it takes, ride it out, because when you do start training, it makes everything so much easier.
While Shadow learns to re-engage with the world, Brandon takes the opportunity to line up a forever home. His search leads him to Gary, a retiree facing his own life change.
I'd like to have a dog for company. I'm 74 years old, been retired for 14 years, and I'm living alone for the first time in my life. My wife and I have been married for 50 years. 3 months ago, I found it necessary to place my wife in a memory care center as a result of Alzheimer's, and I find it pretty lonely at home.
Gary maintains an active lifestyle, filling his time with cycling and fused glass projects. But he's hoping a dog will provide extra companionship at home and on his daily walks through the retirement community.
One of the social outlets is people walking their dogs and meeting each other, and I would look forward to having Shadow do that with me.
Look.
But if Shadow is going on any outings,
Shadow,
he'll need to overcome his social anxiety.
Day after day, I would wait Shadow out. And then, out of nowhere, we had the breakthrough moment. Hello there. He allowed me to pick him up.
Well, thank you. Well, been waiting a long time for one of those.
With their bond officially sealed with a kiss, Shadow earns his red training collar.
Try this on. There. It's official. It's time to start training.
Having embraced life at the ranch,
Morning, guys. Morning, morning, morning.
Shadow enjoys playtime with his new pals.
Go on. Go play. Make friends. Welcome to Lucky Dog Ranch.
His future is looking bright, but there's still work to do.
Come here.
The first thing I'm going to assess with Shadow is his knowledge of the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no.
Sit. Good, that's a sit, perfect. You go down. You go down. Oh, good, that's a down.
He's got a pretty good foundation.
Yeah, a little sloppy, but not bad.
He might have been well trained and just regressed, or he might have been so-so trained. Either way, we're off to a great start.
Not only that, Brandon is impressed by Shadow's laser focus and his stellar etiquette.
You crawl on people? I will say one thing, you're a very well-mannered dog.
Over the next week, Brandon will refine Shadow's grasp of the common commands. But it's his trust issues that still pose the greatest challenge.
My ultimate goal now is to teach Shadow to trust anybody.
Luckily, Brandon knows the best way to a dog's heart is through its nose.
Dogs, they use their nose for everything. That's how they shake hands. I decided to go for an old technique. I call it positive scent association. I have the new potential owner, Gary, wear a t-shirt for a couple days. And what this does, it gets his scent all over the t-shirt.
Gary drops the shirt off at the ranch, giving Brandon some time to get to know him better.
You ever had a dog before?
You know, we had a dog when my son was smaller. He's 45 now, so it's probably been 20 years or 25 years since I've had a dog.
So why now?
I find myself in an unfortunate situation. My wife developed Alzheimer's, and about 3 months ago I found it necessary to find a placement for her. So I'm finding living alone is kind of tough. And I'd like to have a dog that I could have around the house for some comfort, and I'd like a dog I could take over to the care center.
Tell me about the memory care unit.
My wife is in a wing that has about 32 people in it. People bring in their dogs from time to time. It's interesting that that dog will connect, and the people will connect with the dog sometimes when they are not talking at all. My wife doesn't talk a lot, but she does respond to certain stimuli, and I see people bring in dogs, and small children, interestingly enough, are the two things that many of these people respond to when they're not responding to other adults.
Memory care units are unpredictable environments. A lot of moving objects, wheelchairs, walkers. Shadow is a timid dog. I can't be sure that he'll feel comfortable in that type of environment. How about your wife? Does she like dogs?
We've had pets in the past, and she always liked them. And I showed my wife the pictures that you sent me of Shadow, and she smiled. And I don't get a lot of smiles, so I'm encouraged by that.
I see how important it is to Gary to make his wife happy, so that makes it that much more important to me to pull Shadow out of his shell. The one thing I noticed about Shadow right away was he's unsure of new people. He doesn't take to them very quickly. It takes a while, and that's where this t-shirt comes in. Your scent is on that t-shirt. Then when he finally meets you, he makes the connection that you are a positive person. You're the person he's supposed to be with. I'll train him in it. He can sleep with it. He can play with it. Everything I do with that t-shirt will be 100% positive. It does have its limitations. It doesn't work on every dog. The question is, will it work on Shadow?
I'm certainly hopeful it will.
When it comes to dog training, there's never any guarantees of the results. In the case of Shadow, I have to form a mutual trust between us and then transfer that trust from myself to Gary. Can that trust be transferred? That's the big question here.
Shadow, come on.
It's a t-shirt. What does it mean, right? It means nothing to you right now, but trust me. It's all gonna make sense pretty soon.
Everything Shadow does from here on out at the Lucky Dog Ranch will be with that t-shirt. Whether he's sleeping, playing, whether he's eating, this t-shirt from here on out will be the dog's everything. So when he does meet Gary, he will have a positive experience. He'll trust him.
Get comfy. Trust me, you're gonna like this t-shirt pretty soon.
But Shadow also needs to feel comfy in a completely new environment.
Now that I know that Gary wants to take Shadow to see his wife in the memory care unit, that poses a whole new group of challenges for me. Things that Shadow will be exposed to in the memory care unit are much different than everyday life. Most likely, he'll be exposed to lots of wheelchairs, lots of walkers, lots of canes. I need to be 100% convinced that Shadow can handle himself in a situation like this.
This calls for a return trip to Meadowbrook.
So first things first, I grab a cane. I'm watching him the whole time, seeing his body posture. I always say the body posture tells the story of what the dog is thinking. He doesn't even get fazed by it.
There you go. Good boy. Good.
Test 1 complete.
Okay.
So the second part of this test, I had a resident of the facility help me out. She grabbed a walker, and I had her stand about 10 feet back and simply walk towards him with the walker. I'm keeping an eye on him. What is he doing? What is he thinking? If I see any hesitation at all, I have to deal with it right now. But I see nothing. He pretty much stands his ground and simply moves out of the way as she walks by. Test 2 complete.
But the true test is about to roll in.
I've tested a lot of dogs over the years around wheelchairs, and half the dogs, they don't react very well. It's a scary object. The wheelchair moves closer, and then closer. I'm watching his body posture, keeping a close eye on the leash. Is it tightening up? Is there tension? Do I see him getting anxious? He simply stands his ground.
It's a surprising reaction for such a naturally cautious dog.
I gotta admit, Shadow made it easy for me. But there's still one more final piece of the puzzle that needs to be completed.
Okay, come on.
How's he gonna react when he meets Gary and Marcia? Today's the day to see if all the work I've done with Shadow and the shirt has finally paid off. I'm bringing Shadow over to Gary's house so they can meet each other for the first time. And it's either gonna go really well or really bad.
Oh, Brandon, hey, Gary. This must be Shadow.
This is Shadow.
Usually when a family meets a dog for the first time, they can pet the dog and hug it and do whatever they want. But in the case of Shadow and Gary, it's a little bit different.
This union requires a more formal introduction.
Shadow doesn't realize that he's right in front of one of the most positive experiences he's ever had. He just has to simply make the connection between his nose and the scent.
So, Gary, what I want you to do is just put your hand out, let him sniff you. He needs to recognize your scent. It's gonna click in any minute. He knows your scent. He's been smelling it for a long time now. He just has to make the connection.
At first, Shadow was simply looking at me. He wasn't relying on his nose.
And then, the moment of recognition.
Hey there.
Shadow turned around and started kissing Gary right on the nose.
He did seem to recognize me, so I was excited about that. Good boy.
What took me a long time to gain Shadow's trust, it took Gary only minutes.
Bet you didn't think a shirt could do that, huh?
I had no idea. No idea.
That's the power of a dog's nose.
With their bond officially sealed, Shadow upgrades to his green collar.
You want this? You want this? Come here. Get this off. There. I think you'll be wearing that for quite a while. Don't worry, Gary. I didn't forget about you either.
Oh, my shirt.
It wasn't my size. You know what that is, huh, Shadow?
What's that, huh?
Yeah, you definitely know what that is.
Huh?
He's all yours now.
Right.
Now that Shadow and Gary have bonded, it was time to go see Gary's wife.
Marcia, look at here. For the last few months, my wife's been very cautious around dogs, but she seemed relaxed with Shadow in her lap. What do you think of this, huh? Do you like holding the puppy?
When Gary placed Shadow in her lap, instantly she reached out and touched him, and that made Gary really happy.
Animals seem to relax people a lot, and I'm confident that that will continue to be the case with Marcia. She seemed really pleased.
So what do you think, Gary? You can take it from here?
I'm sure I can. I'm really excited about this puppy.
Well, Shadow, this is it. You look nice and comfortable, so I think I'll say a quick goodbye. See you later, Shadow. Take care, buddy. Take care of him, Gary.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye, Marcia. I might have been the first person in Shadow's life that he truly trusted. And through me, I could be the bridge and show him that everybody else in the world can be trusted too. Now Gary is that bridge.
And together, they'll make new memories.
Oh, Shadow's delightful. My life will really be different now that I have Shadow.
From hopeless to a home. That's my mission. One dog at a time.